I am Cedra Milton, the area supervisor, and I will be introducing our host for this morning, Mr. Kenoy Brown. He is an upcoming entertainer extraordinaire. Brown is the host of the KBRS show on Facebook Live. Kenoy Brown is a sought-after MC, host, promoter, and a motivational speaker. From encouraging young people to make good choices to increasing participation in the community activities to build programs and events with a smooth, energetic flow.
Good morning, man, and welcome again to our school lunch award ceremony and program. My name is Kenoy Brown. I run a Facebook Live show called the KBRS Morning Show, kind of in the community a lot and trying to help motivate our people. You know what I mean? So definitely thank you guys. So right quick, we got some entertainment coming up, you guys, from our North managers, and then right after that, we're gonna have our remarks by Dr. Eric Green, and then we'll get on into the flow. I ain't never been to a party before 10 o'clock, y'all. I'm sorry. We done had a whole party before 12. So, listen, I don't know how we figure out how we do this all throughout the year and in all of the spaces and places throughout our district. This is so awesome. And I tell you, I woke up this morning, I was a little beat. Yeah. I woke up this morning feeling a little less than full in terms of energy, and then I walk in here and we got the whole straight up 70s. I don't even know what to do with myself. We got Dolomite Brown back here. We have such big jobs. Everybody's so busy trying to make sure that we take good care of our children and families and our teams, but just taking a moment to celebrate us, to celebrate the great work that folks have done, the heart that we bring to the work. You don't do this. You don't create a time like this, a celebration, if folks aren't coming with a lot of heart. I said this last year, and I'll say it again. I haven't been to a place where the child nutrition team
We're the folks who ensure that our young people have warm, healthy meals every day and greet them and encourage them and are a part of their success along the way, where that team is so powerful and so heart-filled and so walking in your purpose, in the authority and the purpose and the power that you have as individuals who touch their lives. And so I want to thank you for that and let you know that your work does not go unnoticed. We thank you, we appreciate you, and we notice the power of what you're doing each and every day. How many of you have found yourselves stepping outside of your day-to-day job and just looking at some young person or some grown-up, some team member, and seeing that they weren't quite right that day and encouraging them? How many of you have found yourselves doing that, right? We do that, right? We do that because that's a part of our work. I don't care what your day-to-day duties are, because we know that our work is wholly social. It's wholly wrapped up in the people. We do people work. We feed them, yes. We're being good stewards of our resources and all of the ordering and all the logistics that surround around these huge budgets and teams and all of the big work that you do. But we are doing people work. And so I thank you for not losing sight of that. And the efforts that you take each and every day to encourage our young people and to ensure that they are ready to start the day off right, and that midday that they come to you, that they get a recharge and ready to go back into the classrooms and be their best selves, to make really good choices. And even when they don't make good choices, to reflect and to recommit to being the people that we know that they're called to be and we know that they can be. Just thank you for that. I'm not going to be much longer, but I do want to say, Mr. Mark Rowe, thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Listen. I got feedback and some advice from other friends of mine who were superintendents long before I was. And as I was looking at the superintendency and considering taking on that big role, folks were like, listen, you don't want to follow someone who's been in the role for years and years, someone who is beloved and has done wonderful work and people know them by their work all over the country. You don't want to do that. So as Ms. Hill was announcing that she was stepping down, I was like, look, I don't know who's going to take that role on. Who is bad enough to step into that role and take that on and drive it forward? This brother has made this role his own. He's not trying to be Mary Hill. He learned from her, learned from others. I have a wonderful sense that he is walking in his own authority and taking the wonderful work that Mrs. Hill has done over so many years, along with so many of you, and taking that on and made it his own and continue to drive forward, holding on to some of the traditions that have been created over time. Again, I tell you, we got to figure out how to do this in other departments, right? The superintendents, we got to get our act together. We don't do all of this. And I claim to be a fun person when I'm not superintendenting, if that's a word, right? We got to figure out how to do this in other places. But thank you. I really do appreciate you, and I appreciate all of you for the vision that you are carrying forward and developing even further, ensuring that we've got just a wonderful, positive, and respectful culture, a joyful learning environment, that you're creating the relationships, right, and making relevant your work, knowing that it touches lives and ensures that the whole child is nourished.
And to piggyback out that, since I'm the youngest in the room, since I'm the what you guys do in the cafeteria, it don't go unnoticed. I mean, to kids, and so definitely I commend you. And do y'all still make that chili pie? They don't make the chili pie no more. So today we are here to honor the child nutrition program for the school staff who participate in this annual National School Lunch Week celebration. So each year the School Nutrition Association sponsors National School Lunch Week during the second week in October. The celebration is held to highlight the kids' nutrition department and the importance of school lunch. Most of our children attend school for 6 hours a day and consume as much as half of their daily calories in school. So eating a nutritious meal while they're at school keeps students healthy and ready to learn. The theme this year, as we celebrate the school lunch, is what's on your playlist? Man, I can go back with that one. Well, no, I'm the youngest in the room, so we'll all begin this elementary school. So on Tuesday's theme, burgers and blues. Oh yeah. We're gonna start out with our elementary school. So starting our third place is Smith Elementary. The manager, Miss McIntyre, and the principal, Mrs. Wilson, who's gonna ask the manager to help them, Miss Powell and Miss Robinson. Our next second place winner is Baker Elementary. We have the child nutrition manager, Miss Barbara Mays, and also the principal, Dr. Johnson. Our managers, Miss Graves to come up. Then Mary Grayer, Mary Thompson, Marshall and Linda Nelson, Miss McLeod. There you go. First place winner, Walton, Miss Angela Hall, and Mr. Zachary Hodge. We're gonna ask Miss Lisa Skipper to come up, Miss Geraldine McDonald, Mr. Darnell Brown, and Mr. Stacy White. That's all we have for our elementary. We're going on to our secondary schools, which is second place winners. We have 2 first place in this category. So our second place winner is People. Where you at? So Mr. Al Fairley as the manager, and Dr. Benyard as the principal. The manager helped them, man. Mary Gray, Ronnie Mabry. That's Mabry. Okay, we have 2 first place winners in the category. We're gonna have Blackburn and Chastain. So we're gonna, there you go. So we're gonna first call up Blackburn. Blackburn, Miss Tabitha Stevenson. Got Miss Stevenson and our principal, Mr. Gray. You're so right. Stacy Smith to be coming on this way, and Deborah Johnson to be making her way on up. Olivia Maple. Blackburn Middle. Chastain, where you at, man? So we got Miss Natisha Johnson as the manager, and the principal, Mr. Harris Michaels. Now we have Thursday's theme, Dynamite Disco, represented by a secondary school. Our third place winner is Wingfield. Run it! And then Mr. Roderick Smith, that's principal. Ms. McLeod, you here? And Mr. Petty, okay. You better write this down on her next time. Second place winner, Merle High School. Merle, we got Greg White as our manager, Buchanan's principal, and Miss Stacy Smith. Where you at? Y'all give it one time for Merle. Where my Callaway charges at? I'm assuming that's Fairley. Is Miss Shoney, is Miss Anderson in? Nothing like a good time, man. Listen, guys, that is all of our schools represented. Great job. Give a big round of applause for everybody that won. Everybody.
Hey, it's great to be back with the JPS Child Nutrition team and family for this train event. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So once again, we want to thank all of our honorees. Let's give them another big round of applause. The party before 10 a.m., it don't stop. It don't stop. Between preparing healthy meals for our Jackson Public School scholars, adhering to strict nutrition standards, and navigating student food allergies, and offering service with a smile, we just again want to say thank you. Child nutrition professionals are the real heroes. Y'all are what's up. Give yourselves a big, big round of applause. We really want to thank you for the work that you do. It makes such a difference, and it is a vital, vital part of our mission and vision. Students that eat well and are cared for and loved, it's just another important component of getting to our mission and vision of just providing a quality education and transforming lives through excellent education. We thank you for the work that you do. And years ago, when Dr. King was making his way through Mississippi, he was in Marks, Mississippi, and they were having Freedom Summer and had organized schools. And this was before the child nutrition legislation was even passed. And he sat and he looked at this one-room schoolhouse, and as the teacher took out of her bag an apple that she had brought to share, and she carved it and divided it into units and gave each of the children a bite of the apple. And Dr. King was moved to tears because that was the only meal that many of the students were to eat during that period of time. He was moved to tears, and he was so impacted by that Mark's Mule Train, he went and got with President Lyndon Johnson and said, we've got to do something about this. You all are a part of that legacy. You all are a part of that legacy, making certain that our children get the food that they need. So you are our Black History heroes. We appreciate the work that you continue to do. Stay encouraged. Continue to encourage our young people. Thank you for all you do. We're on your team. And like Dr. Green said, we need to take this, bottle this energy up, and bring it all around the district. All around the district. Y'all enjoy your soulful celebration.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it? It's a great day for child nutrition, Jackson Public Schools, and National School Lunch Week. I just want to say a couple of thank yous. Ms. Johnson, Ms. Hilliard for coming out, Dr. Green, Dr. Cormack, my immediate supervisor, Sandra Robinson, the child nutrition team, other EDs that I work with. Thank you guys for supporting everything that we do. This has been a powerful, packed hour. You have to enjoy what you do or do something else. Last thing I want to say, if I can speak for Dr. Green, you can't go to the crib, you got to go back to your gig.